Hey, okay. Well, I'm progressing with my book. So I've got a June 1 is my target date. And I just took the publishing course with Ben, and it was a free 3-day, and it was awesome. So if anybody has
Wow.
a book that they're writing and they want to publish it and they don't have a clue what to do with it, I'm sure that Mary Beth can help us with that information. But so my question is, should I take his full course, which means he's going to come in, he's going to take it, he's going to do a cover on it, he's going to promote it, and he's going to do all that, or should I do it on my own? That's my question, because I'm holding off.
So I'm always careful. Can I answer that offline?
Absolutely. Well, we talk next week. We'll talk. That's our topic next week. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, sure.
And do me a favor in the meanwhile. I want you to send me what's included and, all of that good stuff, like really what's part of the package. And then let me look at it. My sense, yes, but I'd prefer to answer that offline.
Perfect.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. You are welcome. And this is one of the promotions we sent out. I love him. I wouldn't send out anything if I didn't believe in the person. I just always like to see what the bigger offer is, so to speak. And is it worth it? Or might I know somebody who can serve you even less or better or in the same way? So that's what I'm looking for, just so you know. Okay, beautiful. And Kathy, wait, Mary Beth, what are you asking? Dan with PR Leads? Is to give her the email?
Well, Tammy's asking for Dan's full name. I just want to confirm that that's the Dan she's referring to.
Yes, Dan Janelle is his full name. Fabulous, great to get lists from. All right, let's bring Kathy up.
Good morning. Just general question. Would you be willing to look at my media lists and maybe some template pitches that I do and critique them for me?
Definitely yes. And the media list, depending how long it is, I mean, honestly, can I just tell you all, you got to play the numbers. So longer is better. And then specific to your target, yes. So yes, I absolutely, Kathy, happy to do that.
And thank you, dear. And if I heard you right, the ideal market is local, but you can go regional or national if someone has interest in veterans and is writing veteran stories.
Yes. And for Veterans Day, obviously, we're making a bigger splash, right? That'll be the more national story. That'll be the hit 'em hard story for Veterans Day. Absolutely.
Well, I'll come up with an idea for a pitch for Veterans Day and see what you think, if I may.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want you to start local, Kathy, particularly, you're Arizona, and it's a good market. For those of you in certain markets that are a good market, start where you are, because it works, and it's good PR. And that's important.
Thank you. I just want to let you know that the People on the Move is now charging Arizona Republic. It's not free.
No, really?
Yeah. No.
Make a buck, right?
Yeah. Actually, Phoenix Business Journal. I'm not sure about Arizona Republic, but I went ahead and did it just because I'm new to the marketplace and I need to get known. Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, honestly, for as much as these sometimes are, it's not much. I would tell you to do it.
Okay, thank you.
That's a smart thing.
I'll send you some drafts. I appreciate your edits.
You're so welcome. Beautiful. Okay, let's bring in Heidi Sue, and welcome to the Mastermind, Heidi Sue. So glad to have you here.
Oh, shit.
You got it. Oh, the camera went off. That's okay. Camera went off. We'll bring you back in just a moment. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be great. It froze. I may have to go out and come back in.
Okay, no worries. All right, Mary Beth, let's bring in Tiffany. Tiffany, come on down.
So the compilation book that I was in, it went #1 in 7 categories, bestseller. And there is a PR Underground press release, but the press release is not highlighting me. So I don't know how to, my name is listed on there, but I wasn't one of the people highlighted, and it's, Mark Porteous's book. But how can I leverage still that press press releases out there.
So what I would do, Tiffany, is take his press release and basically substitute your name because he already did the work, right? Let's use it. And yes, it's of course promoting the bigger compilation book, but what you're going to do is substitute your name, saying Tiffany was featured in, and you can say a book. You don't need to say compilation book. This is for everybody who's in compilations. You don't need to say compilation book. It's okay. We don't need to underline it again and again. Just say, that you're featured in a book. With other experts might be a way to say that, and then frankly use every other thing he's got, and that's super great.
And do I then try to post it on PR Underground as well and pay for that, or do I kind of create my own and then just send it to local news?
What I first of all use his, because it's already a template, it already exists. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Yes, local. Listen, everybody, I'm just going to repeat, I love local press. Why? Because you're there. I don't care if it's Hawaii in Peggy's case or, small towns where you might live. Tammy's got Albuquerque. I mean, listen, these are even secondary markets, so to speak, are actually good places locally to get your press. Why? Because they want to feature you. Because it's important that you be consistent in the marketplace. And I want you to really position yourselves as the go-to people in your markets. So Tiffany, that's especially with your, hang on, I gotta move my heater a little bit here, especially with your topic, it's a good one. Everybody needs inclusion and that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you.
Hot topic. You're welcome. My pleasure. All right, let's bring up Joyce. Hey, Joyce.
Hi, am I unmuted?
Perfect.
Okay, what I'm confused about, the press release, I wrote to, I guess, Mary Beth. Which one do I use? Do I use the one as America's Favorite Cowgirl, that one? Or do I use people not working today?
I think for right now, you're going to use people not working today because it's a what would I call it? An important topic. But Joyce, within that, my dear, is your fabulous bio, America's Favorite Cowgirl. That's your bio at the bottom.
Oh, that's my bio.
Yes.
Okay, see, that's where I was getting all of these different things. I didn't know where to send what, when.
I think that's really important, that you want to, and for all of you, again, just a reminder, your press releases, because some of you are sending them now, contain your fabulous bios. In Joyce's case, America's Favorite Cowgirl. That's where that's going, right? All of your accolades and incredible accomplishments are in that bio.
Okay.
So, and let me say, Joyce, if there's a place to weave it in someplace else, go ahead and weave. Press releases are kind of a weaved document, but the bio will put out the best parts of you, and it's at the end of the press release.
Okay, so I thought it was supposed to be really short.
The press release can be think 4 paragraphs. 4 paragraphs. You're thinking about an announcement, Joyce. And an announcement, just to remind you, is, we'll call it, that's the 4 sentence out just locally, like Kathy was talking about earlier.
Okay.
She's sending it out to the Arizona Republic, and yes, they're charging now, so you're going to do it in your market consistently. That's the every 60-day strategy. It's not a press release.
Okay.
Release is the longer story, and that's the one where you're focused on the trend about people not working.
Okay, and that's where I do with the announcement?
That's the announcement is every 60 days as a system, keep that in your system. And then a press release, which is what you're focusing on now with regard to a topic called People Aren't Working. in general, that's a hot topic right now. But listen, I just say to all of you, I don't love press releases being sent out. I'll call them willy-nilly. Kind of a funny way to say it.
Right, right. It's
Don't do that because you're not going to get great response. Do it to a focused message, or like in Gina's case, when she did a big, beautiful musical concert, then yes, we were focused people on that.
yeah,
So,
okay.
where I'm going, Joyce?
Okay, I think so. Now,
Excuse me, I got something in my eye with me. Okay, go
can
ahead.
I speak in my voice or third party?
Always third, always third. Don't say I, don't use I in any of it.
Okay. No I, no first. Okay,
Third person, third person.
okay. But then I send it from my email?
From your email is perfect, with a subject line that I call it a sexy subject line. There's where you can say America's favorite cow, that's where you can do something fun in the headline.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
beautiful.
subject matter.
Beautiful.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, beautiful. Let's bring in Heidi Sue.
Yay, I'm back.
Hey, you're back.
So my question is priorities. I'm basically starting from ground zero. My website isn't done. My book isn't done. None of these documents, well, the only documents I've written are the ones from the previous 3-day workshop. So what's the most important 3 things I need to get done?
I love that question. Okay. Get your website up. I just want to say that. You've got an appointment with Steve? You're working with that? And Mary Beth, if not, get her connected. Okay. So that's probably one, and not necessarily in order. Okay, just saying. Your message, Heidi Sue. I want your message to be integral and centered for you, right? For where you are right now. And the simple strategy of announcements every 60 days. Where are you again? Remind me. Oh, mute.
Yep, I'm up in Roanoke Park.
Okay, so guess what? You've got the Santa Rosa, the knowledge of exactly what you have there. Santa Rosa Biz Journal and the Press Democrat. At least their sections on, and hopefully they're not charging, but at least their sections, people in the news, plus your whole people in the news. I want for all of you to have a click here for, I'll call it your announcement list. So we probably have, 15 people on the announcement list. Those are 2 you will have, and others, alumni, anything you're a member of. You see where I'm going with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The dots, right? I mean, wherever you can post, you want to post. Beautiful. Those would be my top 3 right now. Did I do 3? I think I did 3.
You did.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay, you're so welcome. All right, Ruth Ann.
Hi, good morning. I mentioned earlier on the challenge about this pickup that I got from a local reporter, right? I had sent out the announcement. They picked it up. They wanted to come to one of my sessions and bring their photographer, and they next day put it up online, and that was awesome. And I don't want to listen to this one that says, oh, it was just the local paper. I want to listen to this one that says, oh my God, it was your local paper. So, so my first question is how can I leverage that? What should I do with that? And then I have a follow-up question, but let's start with that.
Okay, so first of all, can we all just acknowledge Ruth Ann got press from exactly what I told her to do, all right? And were you a little bit of a skeptic? Yes.
I wasn't a skeptic. I was just like, was it newsworthy? And she confirmed. So that alone was like, oh, okay, it's newsworthy. Yay.
Yes, it's newsworthy. And yes, the local press came. And yes, she got featured. So let's really celebrate that, because everything matters and everything counts. And Ruth Ann, let me just tell you, local press is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good, my friends. And I really want you to celebrate, number one, everything you get. Number 2, I don't care if it's one line. Listen,
Right.
I've seen people get huge accounts on one line out of a major press, which comes to the leverage piece. Number 1, your website has to have a media page, and you start putting everything into it. Number one.
Okay.
Okay, Mary Beth, post Steve's link just in case anybody needs it, because that might help many of you.
And
But
can you put podcasts on a media page also? Like when, yes, okay, awesome. I need to do that. Yeah.
everything, a link to the
Yeah.
net. The other thing I want you all to realize is how many national shows. I know firsthand, like Oprah's producers, when they would scan ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News for stories. See, people don't realize this. And producers are looking at feeds and local feeds for local stories. Ooh, that's a fun, that's a fun story. And they love this. Just saying, they love it. So I'm going to suggest to you that you leverage by A, the website, obviously, and then B, send it out to other local media and saying, I was recently featured on
Oh.
and can be your spokesperson. Because already, see, what's cool about media, can I just share something? They're kind of incestuous. What I mean by that is that when you've been featured on one, they're like, ooh, she must be good, right? And it's amazing how they will pick up on other things.
So would I send it to them saying that was recently featured on, and then what am I asking them to do? Like what am I asking them for?
You're asking them if they'd like to feature you as an expert to talk about, boom.
Would they like to feature me? Okay.
And again, a pitch, not like, oh, look at me, I'm so cool, I was featured. But of course, that's at the top.
So I could go to the next level, like the Oregonian or like the bigger paper. Okay, so that's awesome. Would they like to feature me? So that's perfect lead into my second part of my question, which is, when do I send the announcement and when do I make a bigger pitch? Like,
and then by the way, so the second part of that is you send an announcement out locally saying you were recently featured on, boom. And so that's your announcement, my dear, for this time. That is a perfect announcement. Do that immediately. And
okay.
You could do both simultaneously, because there's a momentum of publicity, and publicity begets publicity. It just does. And there is something about the energy that keeps building.
So if I were to send out the announcement recently featured in, then I could follow up that announcement by calling with my pitch, kind of. Is that where I could go with that?
Exactly. Kind of in the same way you did, because obviously it worked. But again, it's not, hi, I'm. Listen, people need to know we've lost community. We've lost tribe. We've lost our villages.
Yes.
You see the difference in that pitch?
Yes.
Okay. That's where I want you to be.
Got it. Okay. I'm on it.
All right. Hey, Gina, I sent you a private message because somebody wanted a referral. So FYI. Tammy, go for it.
Okay, I have what I'm embarrassed about a question. How often, I know we do the announcement every 60 days. How often do we do the press release? Can you please remind me?
Well, and actually, I don't ever say exactly how often, but as a general rule, and so you've forgotten nothing, but hang on one sec. Okay. As a general rule, it's every quarter. Think about 4 times.
Okay.
4 times a year.
That's the one, that's the 90 day. I knew it was 30, 60, 90. And I knew that I was missing one of them. And
well,
so,
every 90 days is your bio, actually.
oh, okay, got it. So a general rule of thumb is press release will be like once a quarter. Got it.
Yeah, and here's the thing: don't be girl who cried wolf. If there isn't a story, honestly, don't put it out, because I want, when you put out your story, that they go, yes, that's something for me. That's a sexy story, right?
Okay, sexy story.
I'm not a believer, and by the way, some people don't agree with me, but I am not a believer in send out a press release every week, every month. I just don't believe in it. I think you become girl who cried wolf or boy who cried wolf. It doesn't work. But what does work is going into a story that's already featured we've talked about that, right? So
Mm. Okay, so if I have this straight, then the press release is the sexy story. Generally once a quarter, you really want it to be something that's trending or something that really makes a splash. Your bio is every 90 days. Is that right?
Look at every 90 days, you make sure it's correct. It's
Okay, thank you.
yes, you're welcome.
And then one last thing, that when we do the announcement, that really helped me, Roseanne, to hear like, okay, so when we do the announcement, can we call them the day that we make the announcement, or should we wait till the next day and then just work it through the following, week or?
Yeah, think about 7 times, honestly.
Okay.
And I think that's in general, write the word 7, follow up is
Okay.
about 7 times. Yes, I know. And you don't have to do it. Your assistant can, or somebody else.
Okay.
But think of 7, including the announcement, just to make sure it's in. Beautiful.
Okay, so if I'm understanding right, you send them the announcement, and then you can call the local press the day of, and then the next day,
Yes.
or should it be every other day, 7 times?
About every other day.
Okay.
Is good.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we got Kathy, and we'll end with Richard. Go for it, Kathy.
The feature piece. So I sent in an opinion piece and it was published. Is that different from being featured?
Well, first of all, congratulations. I think opinion pieces are actually cool. And why we're talking about this, because we haven't talked a lot about it. Does everyone have an opinion? Yes. Send in opinion pieces, because Kathy, it does get you known and seen. And yes, it's different than being featured. It is.
So an announcement would not be appropriate to say that my opinion piece was featured in the local paper. I don't know. What's the distinction? Not really.
Other things that you don't even have to use this. In some cases, I might not say that. But I think you've got enough other things to announce. Like you could put it as part of an announcement, but I wouldn't go out with that as the main thing. No, I don't know.
It doesn't feel right.
Enough.
Thank you.
Beautiful. You are so welcome. All right. And Richard, last but not least, go for it.
Thank you. Quick question. Is this worthy of a press release? Our latest...
We're waiting for you to come in. There we go.
Okay. Our latest accessible video and audiobook is Dragons Love Tacos, which is a best-selling book narrated by the 8-year-old actor who plays Little Jack on This Is Us, who does a wonderful job. Do you think just the debut of this single book would be worthy of a press release?
I think it is if you tie it into a larger story.
Okay.
So here's the thing, and I definitely want all of you to kind of keep getting trained about, this isn't just about what you're releasing. And, I think, it's never just about the book, right? It's never just about, with the Prophet of Kindness, the thing that rang the bell was the divided states of America. It wasn't Jill's got a new book out. So I want you really to focus in on our children's state of anxiety and depression. Our children need, air and reading and other things to fill their imagination. And that's where I'd rather you focus on. I think it's going to be better for you. I really do.
Thank you.
And of course, then everything works in. Does that make sense, Richard? Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. So with that, my friends, we did post the link in the chat for Steve Lillo. If you haven't had a complimentary, because of my relationship, just saying, it's $250 value, have it with him. He's fabulous. Let him look at your website and help you, support you with that. And I think that will really help. Okay, that's number one. And number two, I thank you. I'm seeing the comments. Congratulations, Gina. That's beautiful. I just want to see if there's anything else. Yeah, Tammy, you were talking about it contributes to your local community. That's why I love the announcements. That's what makes them so great, right? And I think that that makes a big difference. Okay, with that, my friends, thank you. I'm going to save my voice for the last 2 minutes, and I just really appreciate you coming, and I hope this was helpful. Mary Beth, when is the next? Could you post that just so we know? Oh, you're so welcome.
Our next call is the second open office for the month, and that is Wednesday, April 19th at 4 p.m. Pacific.
Beautiful. Put it on your calendars. Wednesday, April 19th, 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you then, my friends, and looking forward to more. All right. Have a blessed day.
And Jill, thank you for that session on Monday with Jeff. I want to make sure I mention that. He was amazing. You talk about someone who is this successful and is this down to earth. I mean, he was so gracious and brilliant, of course, but thank you for that.
And I implemented his strategy same day. We have a talk coming up, and he says he wants to help me. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Definitely follow up with Jeff, my friends. He's awesome. All right.
And what should we follow up
Exactly
asking?
what he told you to do.
Okay.
I don't remember in this very minute, but he did actually tell you.
Yep.
Listen
I'll
to
go
that.
back and listen. Yes.
Yeah, the replay was sent out.
Yep. Got it. Thank you.
He's terrific. So I'm glad that gave you great value. All right, everybody. Ciao for now. Have a blessed rest of your day.
Bye, Jill.
Bye-bye.